Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm here with Kevin Lopez, who just got 8th place at the Winter Wonderland Regional in Springfield, Massachusetts. Do you want me to say what deck you played, or do you want to say what deck you played?
Uh, well, I played Pure Fire King. If you do, you want to just go straight into it?
You want to go straight into
Yeah, I
it?
do. I want to go
Yeah,
straight into
yeah,
it.
yeah. We can go. We can go straight into it.
All right.
Go ahead.
So I played Pure. So obviously you have to play through Ponics. Best starter, obviously. You can't play without him. You constantly recycle him. He's crazy. Love him to death.
Baby boy.
I played 3. Some people are playing 2 of it. I just think it's so good that you just need to be able to try to play around Joel as much as possible. This card's insane for the recycling, and especially if you have Kieran. Played the one Brong, so those are all the small guys. Brong, standby phase. If it dies, comes searches a card, and if you play the deck right, you're constantly searching like 2 cards every one turn. And it's just really strong, these 7. And then I played 3 Kieran. This card's absolutely just bonkers.
It's the whole deck.
Yeah, it's literally the whole deck. Literally, you just abuse them. Quick effect, pop a fire monster either player's turn. It's insane. If he dies, pops a monster, revives the guy. So good. Grunix, the actual monster. You just abuse him too. Every turn, you're just pretty much going through every single one of these guys. And once you have like each one of them in rotation, you're just constantly putting a lot of pressure on your opponent while searching cards and popping and negating monsters. So pretty good. I played 3 sanctuaries. Like you have to see this card in order to even play. So I played the 3-2 ratio because you just really want to see this in order to do, and then this search for Grunix and so on and so forth.
Has the third island ever come up?
No, never. You never really need it. It's weird when you like raw draw it because it's like good, but you don't really want to see it. You rather just see Sanctuary instead. But you can't play 1, so you have to play like 2 at least, and this is like the perfect ratio for them. And this is the next card is the card that I absolutely love. It's the whole reason why I'm playing it. I'm playing 3 Skyburn.
3 Skyburn.
So I know a lot of people only either play 1 or they're thinking about playing 2. I think this card's absolutely bonkers. As soon as I read this card, I just knew it had to be played at 3. I think this is like a huge difference maker from like other lists because it if you're playing this deck right, like once again, this is like one of the cards that you're doesn't like forces you to not always rely on Kieran, but also trades very efficiently. It also plays around like Imperm, and it just gets rid of any annoying card like in a game that you just don't want to deal with pretty much. So
Did anyone make a comment on how many you were playing? Like they were surprised to see a follow-up Skyburn?
oh no one really made a comment. They were just like, I think they were just more focused on the game because once like dealing with 1's tough enough, but when you see like a 2nd or 3rd, especially in like really grinding games, they're just like falling so far behind because everything's just recycling while you're doing it. So like a lot of times you're like able to use like Arvada or Kieran to bring back Barong, and then you get to use like Barong plus like Grunix to like just pop 2 or something like that on their field, and then you get Barong like add on both turns. It's insane.
Gets out of hand quick, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta play
You're
this.
spending money to make money.
Yeah, pretty much. And then once you like open this or whatever, it makes like search for Sanctuary or vice versa. Like you open Sanctuary, you can just search this, and you can do it every single turn. It's just
And you said you're not unhappy to just open one anyway, right?
yeah. Just because if you open that plus Ponix or any of the or pretty much any of the guys, it just allows you to play it. There's plenty of times where people like imprinted my Grunix and I just activated Skyburn, just got rid of it to force it through, and then like puts Grunix in grave, and then you just play anyways for free on their turn. So it's just really good. So
Hell yeah.
yeah. So next thing is, fortunately, I know the expensive cards is the wanted package. You have to play. I mean, I think the Dogmatica is like fine too, but this is just like insane. Like it just puts so much pressure on your opponent because like you're just gonna see a Ponix or whatever, or like you're gonna get a free card. And then since everyone's playing like like I played like through Dogmatica, and a lot of them are starting to play this engine. So being able to like take their witch to then like start this engine up is like so good as well.
Yeah, stealing witch and across like a non-mirror match is really crazy.
Yeah, and then like I wouldn't play any more than these either, because I think this is a perfect ratio, because like you just really only want to see this. You don't really want like too much of anything else. This is like just perfect.
Did you open any weird ratios of the wanted cards or no?
Yeah, there was one of the games I lost to actually the eventual winner. I opened two wanted and one poster, and then the rest of my hand was weird and he full comboed it. So I just ended up losing game 3. But besides that, I mean, that's also a reason why I wouldn't want to play more of these cards.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For hand traps, 3 Ash, generic, really good. Some people are not on maining 3 Draw and Lock. I just think Draw and Lock is so good, because like I feel like in this deck where you want to grind, you just kind of want your opponent to like stop gathering or searching for cards. So it just allows you to use your engine to start trading effectively with them. So I just think there's no reason to not play this, and then it stops you. Like I played 3 Manatee, and you know, having this in my main deck ended up stealing a lot of game 1s from them, which like turned the table on for me.
Did you get drolled and lose at any point? Because this deck also is like highly susceptible to droll, right? If your hand is weird.
Yeah. So like that's one of the cool things about playing 3 Skyburn too, is you can kind of get drolled and not care as much, because like as long as you have Garunix like floating and everything, and like you send Barong, you're like pretty fine. And then there's like plenty of games where like instead of you like if you're aware of like of droll, you can like play around it, especially with Arvada, and then you can sometimes just go like search Skyburn with Ponyx, and then just punish a droll immediately.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like
evens it out a lot. Yeah, because I know a lot of the other times if you play against Fire King, you can sometimes you just droll them into oblivion, and they don't know what to do.
Yeah, like sometimes you like I mean sometimes those hands happen where you're like you go normal summon Ponyx, you have to search Sanctuary, and then you get drolled, and it's like whatever at that point. But you just try to like you just hope your non-engine's like good enough at that point, or you're able to make things like SP and survive and so on and so forth. The rest of the hand traps, I played 3 Imperim. I played 2 Valor. I know.
Do you want to tell everyone why? Do you want to tell everyone why you played 2 Valor?
I only own 2 ultis, so I always get yelled at because I always want to play 3, but I need to get the 3rd ulti. And I also helped with the math with the deck, because for the amount of non-engine.
This is an even 40, right?
Yeah, it's an even 40. So
there you go.
So just ended up working it out, and like. Yeah, you just need these because race exists and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I didn't play any race, but the idea is there.
Yeah,
but,
turbulence way too scary.
Yeah, and then you just want generic like negators anyway, so
makes sense.
Pretty good, especially when you're trading card for card. I also played the Fenrir package, so I played 3 Fenrir, 1 Rise Heart. Just really good overall cards. This is just basically 4 more fires in your deck. A lot of times you just choke point. Like the cards like Droll, Ash, because you could go like Special Fenrir, Normal Summon Arvada, and then Droll, Ash kind of just don't do anything. Or if they droll you, you can just say like let it go through, and then you have Fenrir plus Arvada, and then it's just like usually.
Yeah, your card's just live. You're saying, yeah, which is so crazy because Fenrir's still pretty good.
Yeah,
and pretty good.
There's a lot of times where you have like Kieran's. You also have like Arvada's live, so there's. Like, there was games where I had, like, Fenrir plus Arvada Kieran, and on my opponent's turn, I could go, like, Fenrir, banish card, I'll go Arvada negate, and then I can go, like, Kieran, pop my Arvada, and then use Skyburn to pop my Kieran to pop a card on there, and then use Kieran's effect to pop another card and summon back Arvada, and just, like, does a whole lot of things by that. Like small interactions.
Yeah, it's a lot off of what seems like a little, which is kind of cool too.
Yeah. Exactly.
If you don't have experience doing it, I feel like you're going to be like sort of like caught horribly off guard, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of the idea too.
Yeah, so it's 40 main. Loved it. I wouldn't change anything about it.
Nothing.
Okay. 3 Skyburn is crazy.
This is the perfect deck.
Yeah, it is. 3 Arvada. If you're playing 2, it's like fine, but I think.
What about Rangbali? How do you feel about Rangbali?
You don't need him. He's not. He's the only card that doesn't float. So I personally don't like him at this point because I just don't feel like. I feel like every card that you would use rank volley for, you can answer with Skyburn, and I have 3 copies of it, and they're searchable, and it allows everything to float a little bit better. So my extra deck, Link Revo, it's the number 1 extra deck monster you make. Almirage, because you have to be able to get to a fire, so turns your hand traps into fires for Fire King Island. I know a lot of people aren't playing this. I'm playing Phoenix. There's weird scenarios where you summon it. It works with a side deck card that I play, so kind of plays around certain things. My favorite card is Pit Knight Early.
MVP.
Yeah, MVP. I summoned this card a lot. He's basically the Link 2 Fire King monster. Pretty much what happens, he floats every single turn. And then you summon him back into, at the end phase, he summons himself back. And then you just summon into something that can trigger. And then on your opponent's turn, it has a quick effect. So when something activates that points to, you can just, target a card, negate it, and then turn it to 0. So then they can't be beat over or anything.
And it doesn't have to be the card that activated in the arrow, right?
It just has to be the card that it points to.
No, but I'm saying the card that activates doesn't have to be the card you negate.
Yeah.
That's something I didn't realize until recently, and
yeah, it's pretty
super good.
Yeah. The Charmers, just Dark and Hida. I didn't really make Hida. I didn't really play a lot of Fire Mirrors, but Dark came up a lot this tournament because I summoned a lot of Witches for my opponents to get my engine online, and then these cards, like, there's no way you don't play them. They're just so good. Sunlight Wolf, this is like the second one I've summoned like a lot of times, just because you can just add any fire. So like sometimes when you're cycling back, there's ways you can play this deck where you're gonna leave this up, and then you can like sneaky add things like Ash back or whatever. So you can go like on your turn, like you'll go on your turn, add back like Kieran, and then on your opponent's turn you'll like pop the card that's under it to summon another card, add back Ash, and then you like you just start like you spiral out of control really quickly. SP, generically best card of the format. There's no way you don't play it right now. If you're not playing it, you're not really dueling. Celine, I didn't summon this unfortunately, but you have to play it just because you play the Witch and then Charmers, so it's the best way to make Link 4s and stuff. And yeah, so you usually have to link climb with it, and like the wanted engine like pretty much facilitates this by itself.
Celine summoning a Witch back. We learned recently how good that feels. So yeah.
Heat Soul, summoned him a couple times. Actually one time I actually summoned early into a zone that Heat Soul was in. So and then I didn't draw immediately. So when I decided to draw a card on my opponent's turn, I go activate this and then chain early to target and negate one of their cards. So I drew a card and negated one of their cards at will, pretty much. So it turned my Heat Soul into an Imperm, pretty much. Draw a card Imperm.
God bless him.
Yeah, it's so good. I love it.
He's the king.
Fire too, so it's just
even better.
Yeah, it's so good. And Blow Whale, never summoned them.
Damn. The big boy.
You really never summon him, but it's there because you want the option for it to be. He will eventually be really good, probably like in February in next format, but
yeah, I guess the line with the princess is a little bit more effective than what we have access to right now, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, it's fine with Kieran, but like I'm playing this deck in the very more slow, like kind of grindy version. So like turn 1 going into like a Link 4 is like very rare. Like you're more likely to go into like Sunlight Wolf or like early turn 1 and like as you're cycling through everything. But majority of the time I actually like rarely use my extra deck until like midway through the game and we're grinding. And then the other one is Access Code. You just have to play them in case if you just have to start removing a bunch of cards. Cards been crazy. It's always will be crazy. I'd never summoned them unfortunately this tournament, but the idea was there a lot of the times.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean Skyburn also. That's what Skyburn also solves a lot. As you're not forced into using a lot of your engines, into summoning these guys. You can focus more on recycling your actual engine, and then like constantly be using them. And then these are just like the finalizers in a way.
Did you get nibbed much, like after you decided to commit to your extra deck, or not so much?
So I did I got nibbed a couple times, but it just didn't matter because I already had my engine recycling. I usually have Bronx, Ponixes floating.
Right.
Or like I would cycle out like a nib with like Arvada, and then it just didn't matter. But like yeah, I mean, round one I got nibbed like twice, but it didn't matter. He was already like so far behind that it was pointless. I had so many hand traps, and I had Kieran floating and Ponix floating and Grunix in cycle, so it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So these are the Exceeds. This is the weird one. I played Dark Armed. I know no one's playing this in Fire King right now. Well, we were talking about it. Sometimes when you're like only on Fenrir, it's nice to, when you have to like play into a board, you get to banish card, and then use this to kind of finish off the rest of the board. So it's really important because like weirdly, this deck has a really bad problem with like Cashier. So having a card like this in your deck where you can randomly summon and like take out like cards like Birth and so on and so forth, or if they have like a Shangri-La on the board, forcing both their 2 lives is like pretty good. So I just think it's like it rarely comes up, but for when the situations does come up, it's just really good, and it's very I don't think I would like take it out. And plus, this extra deck's so open that like you can like afford it.
But you didn't make him today, right?
Yeah, I didn't make him, unfortunately.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it is what it is. Typhon, I summoned him once. That's the way I lost the match. But it was my hand was really bad, and I had it pretty much like it was the game where I opened the double wanted and original. So like I actually like sent the original out of my hand, made Typhon detached to try to bounce one of their cards. They ended up using IP to banish it, which is fine. And then I used original to add back Ponix. And then,
SP banish?
Yeah, SP banish this. And then I used original to put back Witch to search Ponix. And then I drew a card after, and then it just wasn't enough. I just needed gas to try to play on his turn. And I didn't get there, but it's fine. And then Grunix. This card's insane. I summoned him actually really like a lot. Either by Sanctuary or just
hard making it on your turn.
Just hard making it. Like this card also is insane with Skyburn. So a lot of times you can like what do you call it? You can use Sanctuary to like make this, blow up the whole board, and then you still have a Skyburn set. And then on your when your opponent continues, you go Skyburn, pop this, send it back Arvada, Kieran. If they use a monster effect, you can go like pop Kieran, summon back like Ponix or anything else, or like Baron.
And that's another pop too.
And that's another pop right there. So then it's just so much. Like it's just a Regeki, monster negate pop. It's just with Skyburn. So it's like you just force your like will like pretty much upon them. Love this extra deck. I wouldn't change anything about it, I don't think.
There wasn't a time when you wished you could make a monster that you didn't have access to, you don't think? Extra deck wise?
Yeah.
At least?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think these were like all perfect. Majority of times it was just like mainly these little guys and like SP.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then sometimes you just made like a Heat Soul because you already made Sunlight Wolf, and you're like, yeah, let me just draw 2 more cards while I'm at it.
Yeah,
but these are just like nice to be there. But majority of times your monsters are just so big that you can do so much damage so quickly, and then you just choke point a lot of cards really easily.
Hell yeah! All right, let's see this side deck, baby.
So side deck, I played 3 Ghost Spell. I think this card's so insane right now. With Wanteds being around, I mean, there's so many cards that are like trying to banish. This is also good if like they're trying to banish like cards like your cards like with like DD Crow or anything like that. So
did that come up? Did anyone try to like Crow Ponix and you had Bell for it?
So it never came up. I did hit a Nadir Servant with this and won me one of the matches, but I love this card. I don't think this is going to be like probably one of the best cards in the next format too.
You think we're going to be maining it?
Possibly,
yeah.
Don't
get too excited.
Only time will tell.
True. Word.
I played 3 DD Crow. I never really played anything to side this end versus.
You played no mirrors, right?
Yeah, I didn't play any mirrors. I played 3 Vanadium. I played a Flu. I played...
Orchist.
Oh, yeah, I played Orcus. Orcus ended up winning a tournament.
Yeah, shout out to that
so
guy.
I did side this in versus that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Cashtira, you're probably not playing it too much, right?
Yeah. I played against Cashtira and I forgot what else I played.
Cash, Vanadium. Wait, 3 Vanadium, Cash, Orcus. That's 5. 2 more rounds. Flu. What's the last one?
Yeah, Dogmatica.
The Dogmatica. Yeah, there you go. So that's all that's all the matchups. We didn't cover that, but that's all the matchups.
Yeah. It was a 7-round tournament.
Yeah. Not 90 and then 100 people. Yeah. So snowstorm was pretty cool.
So it was during a snowstorm. So unfortunately, but it's still cool that we topped. 3 Nib. You just have to play this. It's just a nice safety net that in case you play any combo decks. Like I said, I played 3 Vanadium, so these were like pretty much MVP along with Droll.
It's getting expensive over here.
Yeah. And I played 3 Cosmic. I just think Cosmic is really good this format. There's a lot of things that you just want to banish, like this is for like mirror matches or Pearly or anything like that. There was no Pearly at the tournament, which we were completely surprised at. And then I played 3 cards that I cannot reveal right now. And this card was absurd. I'm so sorry that I'm doing this to you guys. But the only people that know are our group and the 7 people that saw this card. And then that's pretty much it.
Everyone can look forward to it at maybe the Philly Regional or YCS Vegas.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Let's do some shout-outs real quick.
Shout-outs to my girlfriend, Carly, for allowing me to go to this regional in the snowstorm, even though she didn't want me to. Shout-out to the boys, Russ, Evan, Mark, everyone who went and helps me test and everything. I literally wouldn't, top this event without you guys. So, very thankful having you guys. And then yeah.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to our locals, IHC. Great store. If you're part, guess what part? We're like central.
This is the Central Jersey area.
So if you're part of Central Jersey, you should come out to us. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good local shop. They have events Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays for Advanced Yu-Gi-Oh. And yeah, they're just a great shop. A lot of good guys there. So come out to see us if you're able to.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Yeah. One more shout out. Big Game Home Video. I love you, Julian. All right. Say bye, Kev.
All right.
Peace.
Bye. All right.